Hey Pisces, welcome to Aria Moon Tarot, and thank you so much for being here. This is your love reading for anyone with sun, moon, or rising in Pisces. It's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't, check your other placements. All right, let's get started. So let's see what we have. We have Pluto transformation, and you guys got card 11, which is really a number that symbolizes awakening and spirituality and our higher calling. That's interesting that came out for you. I love the duality that kind of comes along with the number 11. It brings a sense of balance and this kind of sense of equilibrium and stability to the soulmate connection. It's kind of funny here. I just keep thinking back to reading 1 at this point because there's a bit of similar energy coming through already. There was really an emphasis on the last reading and kind of this balancing energy. I'm getting the same vibes from this number 11. And of course, 1 and 1 add up to 2. So absolutely getting a sense of balance and equality in this connection. I'm seeing what's interesting about this, and I know that the number 11 is very significant to a lot of people. A lot of people have experienced signs and synchronicities related to the number 11. So if you have experienced this in connection with some sort of awakening or in connection with a soulmate connection that you have already been exploring, this might be confirmation for you. So I just want to put that out there. This card came out for a reason, and this is a very significant and powerful master number here that's showing up. So what's interesting is with this number 11, I'm actually seeing 2 pillars. I'm kind of seeing both of the ones as 2 separate pillars. Yeah. let me feel this out. So I'm seeing them as 2 separate pillars when I tap into the energy of the connection that you have with your soulmate. And this is kind of telling me that you both are very strong on your own. Individually, you possess a lot of strength and a lot of power. It could even be that you've built a really strong foundation for yourself before you've met this person, or vice versa. I feel like this is coming from both sides. Like this foundation might have been built and well established. So there's kind of this feeling that this feeling of you being established in some way as individuals before you come together. And I don't want this to sound like you have to have everything figured out before you can welcome in your soulmate or anything like that, because that's not at all the energy. You don't have to be a perfect person before this connection comes to fruition. It's more that both of you have gained a really solid sense of who you are. And I feel like a certain stability in that, like a certain knowing in that. So this to me feels like both of you are people who are very comfortable with the person that you are, with what you have to offer. Now this could be that there are actual physical and tangible things that you've established in your life before this connection comes in place. It could be that you've built your own business, or that you're well established in your career. Maybe you own a home or something like that before you meet this person. But it really, to me, is having more of a sense of like, you've developed yourself as a person to a point that you can feel proud of. You have maybe even gone through some sort of spiritual growth, potentially an awakening with this number 11. You've already gone through these periods of growth, and you've already started to develop yourself as a person and kind of tap into your life's purpose and get this greater sense of who you are and what you're here to experience. So yeah, there's this feeling of strong foundations on both sides of this connection, which is really beautiful. Yeah, I'm getting this feelings like it's almost like it's almost this feeling of when people say like this is your other half, or like this person completes you, like 2 halves making a whole. But it's really not that. It's more like, because it's not that each of you wasn't whole before this connection takes place. It's more like, this is like 2 wholes making a I don't know a word for this, like a super whole, a super total, kind of creating this real sense of oneness. I almost want to say I'm getting like power couple vibes from this group already. It's like the two of you come together in this sort of explosive way. Like something about this is very powerful. And it's like what you're able to create together is greater than the sum of the two parts, if that makes any sense. I'm already kind of getting this feeling of children and starting a family from this group. So very interesting energy that's coming through. If that's something that you're interested in, if you have hopes of creating a family in this soulmate connection, that would be confirmation for you. But I am having this feeling of like just kind of picking up on what the two of you are able to create together. And creating little humans is kind of like an ultimate form of creation. So that could be a reason that is kind of coming to the forefront in your reading. There's definitely energy there for a family. I feel like you and your soulmate have the power to really kind of affect each other on a much deeper level than you may have experienced in other connections. Pluto kind of brings with it this energy of change and of transformation, and I feel like that's a major theme for this soulmate connection. The change that happens in each of you as a result of this connection it's massive. There's almost kind of this feeling of it being irreversible change. Like once this person comes into your life, things will never be the same, and this is a change that definitely feels like it's for the better. It's kind of interesting we had that message about children coming through earlier, because with this, I'm kind of feeling like for some of you, this connection may change your life in terms of making you a parent, and this could be happening early on in your connection with this person. I say that because we're at the very beginning of the reading, and I'm kind of getting like some messages about how your connection comes together. So for some of you, you may make a change to your life or your lifestyle or your life, almost like your future or the trajectory of your life might change kind of early on in this connection, because you may end up having a child with this person early on, or you might consider starting a family with this person a lot earlier than you would have expected. So that is one way that this is coming through, that this is kind of like irreversible change. It's like this, like your life has been blessed, like your life has been added to from this addition or whatever kind of change this connection creates, which can be a number of things. But for some of you, that really is children. Okay, I'm getting a message for some of you that might already be parents. I'm kind of hearing that if you or your soulmate already has a child, this is another way that your life is being transformed, either by you kind of becoming a parent. I'm hearing instant parent. So you might kind of be blessed with a child when you connect with this person. But also if you have children in your life, it's like this person steps into a very parental role very early on and takes on this, like the challenge of it, and really kind of steps up to the plate right away. It's like a perfect fit here. So for those of you that this resonates, that's a message that's coming through for you, that this is a blessing and it's a change. It's like things will never be the same. So maybe like your family structure was one way for a number of years, and this is something that is going to change. It's going to add, this person's going to add a lot of value to your life. So yeah, that's just for some of you. Take that message if it resonates. Yeah, I can say for sure already that meeting this person changes your life. This is definitely happening on both sides of this connection. It actually, I feel like this change is building upon some vision that you've had for your life. So this could be that this is a wanted change. The ways that your life is affected and the ways that you're transformed by this connection could be changes that you have wished for and hoped for for a while before you've met this person. So it's like adding to the vision that you already had for yourself. Very interesting. Okay, so we're done looking at the way that the two of you are kind of connected or bonded. And we'll probably return to that energy as we start to unfold a little bit more of this connection. But what I want to look at now is both of your strengths and your weaknesses when it comes to this connection. So we're going to start with you. We are going to look at what your strengths are in this connection. What are you bringing to the table in the soulmate connection? I'm kind of looking at this in terms of like contribution. What is your biggest contribution? What are you excelling at when it comes to this connection? Okay, almost struck the entire deck shuffling those cards. So we have the moon coming out for you. I'll give you a close-up of that. Okay, so your greatest strength is the moon. I feel like what you excel at in this connection and what your soulmate appreciates most about you is really that you're willing to, like, I want to say face your fears. You're kind of willing to face the uncomfortable parts of life in general, or this relationship. When things get a little bit tough, it's like you're willing to face that head on. This moon energy is the energy of someone who's always asking questions, always digging deeper, someone who's not afraid of the shadow aspects of their own personality and their own experiences and how those experiences have grown them and shaped them. Which in terms of, I feel like this makes your partner, your soulmate, I feel like this causes them to kind of explore some of these darker or more hidden aspects of themselves as well. So you might kind of trigger them to do more shadow work, more digging, and this can be very therapeutic. This can be very healing. So another part of this energy is you kind of like, I'm picking up on this uncanny ability for you to know when something is bothering your soulmate or when they're kind of feeling emotional about something. I feel like sometimes you pick up on an emotional issue they might be experiencing before they even do. So I'm kind of seeing you like being that person that's asking like, okay, what's bothering you? And your soulmate's like, nothing's bothering me. I don't know what you mean. But you can just kind of sense it. So it's like you really help them to open up and to even figure out and sort through some of the deeper emotions that they're experiencing. Even if it's just that they're just like, they're kind of in a funky mood, it's like you're able to pick up on it and you bring them back to this place of equilibrium. We were talking about like the balancing each other out, kind of like you bring them back to this place of balance. So interesting that this theme is being repeated through both of the readings that I've done so far. But I love that this idea of balancing each other out is, I think, something that a lot of people are searching for. So I'm glad that this is showing up for you. I feel like with this moon energy, you see things very, very clearly. The moon can talk about illusions or confusion. But it's like your soulmate really appreciates that you're able to kind of sort through all of the noise, all of the confusion, and bring clarity to the situation. Even sometimes helping them to recognize and to process their own emotions. And they just kind of love how sensitive you are to their energy because it makes them feel seen and it makes them feel cared for. So let's see where your soulmate is excelling in this relationship, what they're bringing to the table, what their strengths are. Well, okay. We have Moth for your soulmate. Okay. This is really interesting because I'm getting this like nighttime theme here with the moon and the moth. So there's some connection there. It could be that the two of you feel your connection more intensely at night, or you connect over some kind of like nightlife or night scene, like an activity that generally happens in the evening or something like that. Could be kind of like a bonding moment for you or something like that. Something that's jumping out to me is that with this idea of transformation being at the center of your reading here, being that energy that connects the two of you, I almost feel like when the two of you come together, it's like you see the light, or you're awakened in some way to like a new reality, a new version of yourself, on both ends, like those two strong pillars we were talking about. So a new version of each of these strong pillars, new possibilities. There's kind of a feeling of like coming out of the darkness into the light. So I'm looking at this moth almost like the butterfly of the night. And butterflies are really symbolic of change and transformation, which is a repeated reference to that energy between the two of you. So there's something transformative about this person, your soulmate. It's like in this connection, you find a lot of appreciation for the way your soulmate keeps things fresh. They kind of keep new energy flowing into the connection. They mix things up. I feel like this is someone who might plan date nights. That might be where that nighttime energy is. It's like they plan date nights, or they plan little surprises for you. They keep things growing. You know, they don't let things just like sit and get stale. They kind of keep things changing. I feel like what you appreciate most about this person is like you're not going to get bored with them. No, you're not going to get bored with this person. They definitely are going to keep you on your toes. I think that they trigger a lot of change and growth within you. Yeah. I think, I'm trying to pick up on what this energy is. I think it's that you really love that this relationship that you have with this soulmate, you kind of feel like this is someone you can grow with. You feel like this is someone who you can change and evolve with, rather than somebody that you're going to like outgrow in just a matter of time before you outgrow them. I feel like some of you might resonate with that. Like, you may have been in connections before where you're like, okay, like this isn't going anywhere. We're not really on the same page. And like, I feel like I'm trying to evolve. I'm trying to progress. And it's like, you're trying to stay exactly the same. I feel like if you resonate with that energy, this is definitely somebody that you can see growing with. You can see going through life's changes and challenges together, and being able to be side by side with that. So yeah, that's something you really are showing appreciation for when it comes to the soulmate connection. So now I want to look at your challenges, each of your challenges and your weaknesses in this relationship. So we've seen what you're both doing well, what you're doing great at, and how you are going to benefit the connection. Your card literally just shot out of my hand. So now we want to look at your weaknesses or your areas of opportunity for improvement. So you actually have the Fool card coming out here. That's interesting. With this Fool energy, I almost wonder if there might be something that you're a bit hesitant about, if this is showing up in your challenge. So sometimes it's like you might be hesitant when it comes to the amount of change that this connection kind of like inspires it within you, or the amount of change that it just produces all around you. There might be a little bit of hesitation there. I do get more of this transformative energy, or like a faster moving energy from your soulmate. So it could be that they kind of push you a little bit. They push your boundaries, and you might be challenged with that. You might kind of find yourself maybe wanting to resist that change at times. If this connection is like moving too fast for you, moving faster than you expected, you might find that there's resistance. For some of you, I'm hearing that this connection might present the opportunity for you to like take some sort of leap of faith. Okay. So this could be kind of a reference of relocation surrounding this connection. So there might be a need for one or both of you to relocate. is kind of how that's coming through. And this could be something that you're maybe a little bit nervous about or a little bit hesitant about. Yeah, I feel like for some of you that is the case. And in general, I'm feeling like this Fool showing up is kind of like, it's kind of an indication that you may sometimes struggle to keep the faith. I think that when things are not clear to you, it can be difficult for you to like see the path forward and to take that leap without looking down to see if there's anything to catch you. You might kind of need to be more tapped into your inner sense of faith in this connection. This connection might kind of require that of you, ask that of you. This connection may teach you to strengthen your ability to walk by faith rather than sight. I feel like that's what we get when we are dealing with the Fool energy. You see, the Fool doesn't know where he's going. The Fool isn't even concerned with what is next. And there might be kind of an element of you wanting to know how this is going to play out, you wanting the answers. And it could be that you're in the dark a lot of the time, which this is interesting energy because the Moon energy kind of gives me that feeling of someone who is maybe in the dark or things are being revealed to you. So this could be kind of about your need for answers or your need for more clarity, kind of showing the opposing side to that is that sometimes when you don't have the answers or you don't have that clarity, it's like really hard for you to just trust that things will work out. I do think that it is, especially if you're someone who likes to have a solid plan in place, maybe even likes to have a routine in place, this partner might challenge you a little bit. Like I said, they keep you on your toes. They definitely do. They keep the energy very fresh, really new and exciting. So they might kind of challenge you in that way. For some of you, this Fool could actually be talking about your need to keep things fresh and interesting. So for some of you, this is working the opposite way. And this could be that you have been a very free-spirited person up until meeting this soulmate. And you might have been someone who didn't imagine yourself in a partnership or something like that. And this is really, to me, about like, it might be challenging for you to kind of settle that energy down. The Fool is ready to pick up and go at any time, very adventurous. So if you have this adventurous spirit about you, it could be that it's challenging for you to kind of like settle, for you to, it's not that it's hard for you to consider your partner, because I'm not getting that vibe, but it's just like, you know, when you're in a committed partnership, you do have to make allowances for someone else's preferences, someone else's desires, maybe someone else's schedule before you can make a lot of decisions. So this could be about taming the fool inside of you, taming that adventurous spirit a little bit so that you can be in this partnership. So take that as it resonates, because I did actually get 2 different messages. So this is either talking about you being very adventurous, or this is your partner being very adventurous. One thing that's coming through that's very odd, because I've already done this portion of the reading, but now this moth is like screaming at me. So I have to kind of backtrack a little bit and talk about your person's strengths again. I think another thing that is showing up here is your soulmate is really good at showing you how attracted they are to you. It's like they excel at making you feel desired. And it can be just from a look. Like just a look that they give you. They have this way of communicating to you that you are very special to them, that you are very desired. So I'm kind of almost getting that like an image of a moth to a flame. That's how this person feels about you. And they don't leave you questioning. They don't leave you wondering. They're very good at communicating that. I'm not getting a very clear message on exactly how they communicate it, because I saw a look. So it might be that this is nonverbal communication, or it could be that they have various ways of communicating that to you, but I feel like they can even communicate it through a look. And I also kind of feel like this person is very romantic, just from the energy that I'm picking up on so far. Romantic gestures might be a strength for this person. So now let's kind of look a little bit into weaknesses or challenges for this person, for your soulmate. Where are they challenged in this soulmate connection? Okay, so we have the 5 of Cups. feel like for some of you, your soulmate is possibly challenged by their past. This is interesting because we were kind of talking about the moon energy, and kind of tying to your ability to tap into your soulmate's deeper feelings or their more emotional feelings. And this could be something that kind of challenges them, like to access those emotional topics or to relive moments of heartbreak or disappointment that they've experienced might be something that they find rather challenging. So yeah, I think opening up about emotional topics or being extremely emotionally vulnerable is difficult for this person. They could even sometimes fall into more of a pessimistic frame of mind and kind of pull away, kind of want to keep to themselves. The Five of Cups is a very lonely energy to me. I don't know if people generally read this card as lonely, but to me this person looks very much alone. And I get that kind of vibe from the Five of Pentacles as well. But it's like, I feel like sometimes when this person's going through something, they think they have to take it on all on their own. They think they have to be sad and lonely and depressed, and that maybe they don't want to talk about what's going on inside of them. Yeah, it's like they want, sometimes I feel like this person might want to hide their emotions. And they struggle with that. It's like you're always looking for ways to draw that emotion out of them to help them to grow and to heal from it, and it's a bit of a struggle for them. It kind of seems like the two of you are really great for each other in terms of pushing each other's boundaries and kind of expanding the limits of the comfort, like the comfort zones that each of you have laid out for yourself. I think you really push each other. That's why this transformation energy is right in the center of your reading, because you're both helping each other grow and kind of like transform into the people that you were meant to be. But it's through pushing these boundaries. It's through pushing these limits. So I do feel for a lot of you, your soulmate kind of pushes you. They might push a lot of change and exciting things on you. Like it's all good, but it could feel like a lot if you are a little hesitant to things changing really quickly. And on the other end of things, it's like you will pull the emotion out of this person, and it can make them feel uncomfortable. It's like they have gotten in the habit of processing their emotions in solitude, and they have to kind of learn how to process emotions with a partner. So it is challenging to them. It's not impossible, it's just challenging. Yeah, this is why you create such powerful transformation in each other's lives. That is clear. So we are going to look at some oracle cards now, and I want to look at specifically your home life, I'm kind of calling it. This is your home life, your day-to-day life with this person, and also any kind of romance that wants to show up, anything about your romantic life, just kind of that day-to-day. So what is home life? What is day-to-day life with their soulmate like? There's your card. We have, of course we do. We have growth, transformation. Interesting. This card says I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness, and I think that's what this connection does for both of you. It's a very expansive energy that I'm getting from this, and there is a lot of transformation. I'm going to clarify your oracle card with a tarot card, and we'll see what else we can pull out of that. But I think that, like, I think this theme of transformation and growth is very apparent. Why? Okay, I think that's your card, because the one card just kind of settled out of the deck. We have the Hanged Muse, which would be the Hanged Man, in reverse. Yeah. Things things are always changing with the two of you. It's like all, it's all that comes to mind. It's like things are always changing. Things are always evolving. Things are always growing. So your day-to-day life with this person is not, it's not boring. It's not mundane at all. Even the most mundane moments aren't really that mundane, because it's like there's always this injection of new energy here. There's constant progress being made. So I feel like the two of you really help each other to tackle like tasks, chores, but beyond that, also your bigger dreams, your wants, and your desires. There's like a lot of energy of growing into the people that you each wanted to be. And it's like you really help and support each other in doing this. You achieve a lot together. It's like the vibe of this. There's not really this feeling of stagnancy with the Hanged Muse in reverse. This is kind of the feeling of moving forward, potentially after a period of some sort of contemplation. And in this case, that period could have been before this connection was made. There could have been a time of stagnancy, a time of feeling like you're kind of waiting around, like you're looking for the answers, or you're looking to find a new perspective on something. And it's like this relationship in a way gives you that new perspective, and it helps to just get things moving, which is so interesting. I feel like looking at your romantic life, your romantic life looks really good. And it's not just because of these cards here. Like I was saying here, this message that your soulmate is kind of a romantic, and that they keep you on your toes and they keep things fresh. I feel like that definitely extends to your romantic life, into your sex life. It's like they really keep things interesting. They always surprise you. They always have a trick up their sleeve, and they're always surprising you. And what I love about this energy of transformation and evolution is that I feel like in this partnership, as things change, as you two grow, as you get older, as you develop new preferences, it's like you're able to adapt to each other, because there is this energy of change and of evolution that's so present. It's so infused into this connection that it's like, yeah, I feel like the romance is good because it is a romantic connection that grows with you over time. It changes, and it's not like the same recipe that maybe worked like very early on into the connection might not work years in. But this is someone who can recognize those subtle changes. They can recognize the need for change, and I feel like the two of you really grow and evolve together very, very nicely. I feel like no 2 days are the same in your everyday life with this person. This could also indicate a lot of travel. We were kind of talking about that with the Fool card in terms of relocation, but this could also be that there's a lot of change and transformation in your surroundings. So maybe the two of you live in various places throughout your relationship. Yeah, that feeling of no 2 days being the same is kind of where this is coming from. It's like you might experience several different lifetimes, or several different like almost identities, because it's like you might live in one place and kind of adopt certain habits or have certain surroundings, and then you move somewhere else and you have a whole different like set of surroundings to explore and to experience together. So yeah, even if this isn't about a lot of travel or a lot of moving, I'm hearing military for some of you. So your soulmate might be in the military. You might be in the military. You could even meet because of enlisting, or because of being stationed in the same place, or something like that. But I kind of lost my train of thought. I'm sorry, you guys. There's so many messages coming through. But anyway, the general idea here is there's constant progress. You don't feel like your life with this person is stagnant or boring in any way. There's a lot, and you guys are achieving a lot together. You're kind of opening each other's eyes to a lot of new ideas. So things are staying very interesting throughout this connection. Not boring at all. We don't do boring here in group 2. So now we are going to pull a different oracle card, and we're going to look at how the two of you relate to each other, and this can talk about communication as well. So we are looking at your communication, how the two of you communicate. Sorry, I'm dropping cards. Let's see. How are the two of you relating to each other, and how's your communication in this soulmate connection? Okay, we had trust the universe. Let me give you a close-up. We had trust the universe come out. We're going to clarify that with a tarot card. Let's see. Why is trust the universe here, Spirit? Wow, okay. We have the Queen of Voices. This is the Queen of Swords, by the way. I feel like the two of you are very open and direct with each other. In terms of your communication, you are very clear about your needs. Very clear about your direction for this. I feel like in some way this takes the pressure off of things, is how this is coming through. It's like your communication is so clear, you're both so open with each other that there's no pressure that you have to be a mind reader or that your partner has to be a mind reader, because it's just so easy for the two of you to talk to each other. It's so easy for you to communicate. And this is, I don't know if I've said this, well, I think I did. I just think that your communication is so clear. There is no need to interpret. There's no need to second guess, because I think that the two of you feel comfortable enough with each other to just kind of say it like it is. And you can really relate to each other. You can really kind of see each other's point of view. So that's another thing that makes it seem like it's easier for you to communicate, because I want to say it's like you're speaking the same language. I don't know if that might have a deeper meaning to it than I realize as I'm saying that. Maybe the two of you don't speak the same language, or you have a language in common and you speak other languages. So that might be something that is significant about your connection. But it's like the two of you speak the same language in terms of how you want to communicate about your partnership or about things that are going on in your life. You can just really understand each other and understand where you're coming from. With this Trust the Universe card, I'm getting the sense that it's like the two of you are both in this in a way where it's like you're really trusting the process of the way that this connection unfolds. You're trusting the unfolding of this connection. And that, I think, helps. I think that helps you relate to each other, and it helps the communication, because it's like, I feel like this might be a little bit odd, but I feel like the two of you have this sense that you came together for a reason. And so it's like easier for you to navigate everything that goes on in life, whether it's challenging or exciting or fun. It's just easier for you to navigate everything that you approach, because you're like, so in this mode of trusting the process, trusting the universe, because that's kind of how the two of you came together in the first place. It's like, you know that this was for a reason. You know that this is meant to be. Yeah, you both are kind of the belief that you came together for a reason, and that your life experiences are happening for a reason. Makes it a lot easier for you to navigate. That's actually really cool. I feel like maybe this connection has taught both of you a lot in terms of trusting, being more trusting. And we were kind of talking about that with the Fool card. So this could be like a major lesson that you learn from this soulmate connection is like, I just have to trust. I just have to trust my intuition. I just have to trust if I have this little urge to go to this particular place, that's for a reason. And that could be literally because you meet this person in in some synchronistic way that really strengthens your belief that things are lining up for you, that things are happening for a reason. So in this final portion of the reading, I want to look at how your soulmate would describe this connection. So this could get interesting. How would your soulmate describe this connection? There goes your card on the floor. That's how they describe it. Okay, so we have card 39, fun, interesting. Okay, I'm going to clarify that as well. Clarify this fun card. I feel like this person loves growing and evolving with you. I feel like they find it fun. They find it interesting. And this is probably because they really are a person who likes, they like to have a lot of new experiences and they like to grow. We have, well, of course, we have awakening. This is the Judgment card. I feel like this personal evolution, like this, honestly, let me back up. When we were talking about the two pillars, it's like the two of you have really established yourselves as something, as some kind of creative being, or you've tapped into your spirituality, I think, before you even come together. So you both have this kind of drive and desire to develop yourself personally. And I feel like the growth that the two of you can do together is like, it's just right up your alley. I feel like is the best way to say it. Both of you love growing, having new experiences and evolving. So it's like, I feel like this person kind of feels like this connection is part of their life's purpose. It's part of their destiny, part of their path. And it's like they don't just have a blast in your company. They have so much fun just hanging around with you. But they really find this connection to be very eye-opening, very intriguing. They kind of, you know, they view it as something that's important, and they love learning from you, and they love growing with you. So yeah, very interesting energy. It's like the way that the two of you transform each other, your soulmate finds that to be so fun and so intriguing, and it's like, what adventure can we have next, and what growth can we experience next? And they just love that. So that is really cool. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there for you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And if you did enjoy this reading, if you resonated with any of these messages, don't forget to like the video, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you feel like it. And hopefully I will see you again in another reading really soon. Bye.